Hey you guys, this is Rafael from Relics.com. I hope you're all having a great day. I'm thankful to get to be with you guys again. I hope you all know how much I appreciate you taking time to watch these videos. I enjoy them because most of the time I'm sitting here in the office and just typing them up. It's a lot more fun for me to get to explain them to you individually and show you what I think is neat about a certain piece. So I enjoy it too. Today we're going to talk about one that has neat all over it. This gun is made by a company in Brooklyn, New York. They were made from 1861 only until 1863, so you don't have to worry about them being made after the war. They made between 5,000 and 8,000 of them. There's not specific serial numbers like with a Colt where you can say exactly when they were made or how many were made. It's known to collectors as the 32 caliber rimfire Moore patent revolver. I always like calling them a 7-shooter. They're one of the few guns that fire actually 7 shots. Most of them are 6-shot revolvers, some of them 5-shot. This one's a 7-shooter. It not only fires 7 rimfire cartridges, it has one of the coolest ways to load of any gun that you'll see. The frame on this gun is made of brass, and the brass was silver washed. They're all really prettily, they are very nicely engraved. If you notice, the engraving is on the frame, it's on the back strap, it's on the grip. They really made these as an attractive gun. And that's why you see a lot of them that have presentations and identification to well-to-do Union officers. Had one of these one time from one of the guys that fought at Little Round Top at Gettysburg. So they were used by those guys that had a pocket full of money. Because they were beautiful, they're neat. If you notice on the backside of that brass frame, there's a little knob, and if you push that knob, it allows it has to be cocked to half position. You push that button and it slides the whole frame sideways. It's easier to see in this, but it slides the whole thing sideways. Barrel and everything goes to the side for loading, which is pretty neat. And this one works well. It decided it just didn't want to go back into position, so sometimes that happens, and that is why you don't mess with the mechanics a lot of the times, but it's back in order. Old guns, sometimes they get grease built up in them and they just don't want to cooperate. That's why you should never shoot them, in my opinion. I enjoy them just as a display piece. Some people shoot them. It's not worth taking a chance on, in my opinion. They show up in 3 different versions of barrel length. That 32 caliber barrel shows up in a 4-inch, a 5-inch, and a 6-inch. 6-inch is a lot more scarce. Most of the time it's the 4 and the 5. This one across the top of the barrel, you can see this marking. It's marked D. Moore's patent, September 18th, 1860. There's one thing to look for. Moore got sued by Smith & Wesson because Smith & Wesson held the patent for a bore-through cylinder. These guns fired that kind of cartridge. Smith & Wesson was very protective of it because it was their livelihood holding that patent. So they sued all of these small makers that made these. They sued Moore for this one. So the last of the guns, this is something neat to look for. If you'll see some that have that mark, some of them will also have one that says manufactured for Smith & Wesson by Moore. They actually had to mark them because they were getting paid that royalty on those later ones. Those are tougher to find. They'll usually bring about a third more, give or take a little bit, but you don't see them as often. This one, on the underside of the barrel, it has the small rod that is most of the time missing. They are for ejecting the cartridges once it's fired. If it hangs up and you can't get it out, this is for pushing that cartridge out of the barrel. There's a little spring in the back that holds it in place, but those get lost really easily. So most of the time they're replaced, like this one. It just happens So most of the time you see the replaced ejector rod. If it's there, it'll bring a little bit more because it's a little out of the ordinary to have the original one. The grips on the gun, one piece walnut wood, varnished wood, very pretty. The whole thing about this gun is nice. They're just neat design, neat size. A lot of well-to-do Union soldiers carried them. I've always liked them. I've had some really cool ones. I had one time that was identified to a guy that fought from Florida. So they did get used some in the South, not as much, but some. The guns are just cool guns. You see them occasionally. I happen to have just gotten this one. It's on the site. You can go on there. You can look at it. You can learn about it. You can own it. You can show it to your friends and tell them you've got an original 7-shooter. I bet they don't have a 7-shooter, but you can, and you can do it today. As of the time of this video, it's on the website and it's available. There's also dozens of other pistols, lots of different styles. And I want you to know that I appreciate you taking time to look through that website, hopefully find something that you fall in love with, because I did or I wouldn't have bought it. I love what I do. I love that I get to be with you guys. I hope that you guys are safe. I hope that you're healthy. I hope that when you get that chance that you are kind. I know with all the things going on now, it's easy. God, it's easy to fall in that rut of, I don't like that and I'm angry and I want to lash out. I don't know how to lash out. And it's hard not to. But remember, you've got to still use some common sense. You need to be kind to people. You need to give people the benefit of the doubt. And you need to stand up for what is right. It's not black. It's not white. It's not anything else. It's right over wrong. And if you never hear anything else I say, remember, be kind and do what's right. If you have to worry because somebody is watching you do it, there's something wrong with it and you shouldn't be doing it. I love you guys. I'll catch you next time. And remember, I'm very thankful for what I do. I'm very thankful for my family, and I'm very thankful for you. Have a great day. Bye-bye.